This is my only true country song. I was in Jacksonville, Florida many years ago, feeling no pain. And I started thinking about, of all things, Tammy Wynette's immortal Stand By Your Man. And it occurred to me that, because I was in a kind of a funny headspace, that there's some men who should not be stood by under any circumstances. And would it still be noble to stand by someone like that? So, it's, took 30 minutes to write. Most of the time because I was laughing so hard. 1, 2, 3.
In sickness and in health until we die.
Oh, God. Well, I don't care if you still say you love me. I simply don't believe it could be true. 2/3 of who I am is someone I can't stand, so there must be something awful wrong with you. Well, how you've taken all the stuff I've offered ever since the day we said I do. Me drinking, chasing women, and you loving and forgiving. Hell, there must be something awful wrong with you. You're wrong. I said you're wrong. And I proved it every single way I know. You're wrong. Oh, so wrong. So, darling, get your love up off me, let me go. Yesterday I came home kind of tipsy. I got mad and I beat you black and blue. But first thing in the morning, girl, you're halfway back to charming, and there must be something awful wrong with you. Well, one night, while I beat up on the baby, I wondered just what's in this game for you. You know, I think your brain's gone fishing if you take the stuff I'm dishing. Girl, there must be something awful wrong with you. You're wrong.
But I love you.
Oh, so wrong.
I'll always love you.
And I proved it every single way I know. You're wrong.
I'm standing by you.
Oh, so wrong.
Always standing by you.
So, darling, get your love up off me, let me go. Well, ain't your backbone getting kind of brittle? You know I wear a pretty heavy shoe. You know I never will be loving while you let me do the shoving. Girl, there must be something awful wrong with you. Well, I know I ain't nothing but a turkey, a double-breasted gobbler through and through. Still, I'm thinking realistic that we're sadomasochistic, and there must be something awful wrong with us. You're wrong.
To have.
Oh, so wrong.
And to hold.
And I proved it every single way I know I have. You're wrong.
In sickness.
Oh, so wrong.
And in health.
So, darling, get your love up off me.
You know I'll never leave you.
Oh, get your love up off me.
I'm only trying to please you.
Get your love up off me, let me go. Please have mercy. Ooh.
Well, one of the
Sorry, I
things
lost
I
my
think
pick.
in kind of in philosophy, which is really just a way of thinking about things, when you've got a proposition on the table like loyalty in a relationship is noble, it's a good thing. A useful way to test that hypothesis is to take it to its extreme. To think of the most extreme case that you can imagine, and then apply. And does it still hold up in that case? And that's what that song's about, is Arthur taking the most extreme example he could think of, which is an extremely abusive man, beating up the wife, beating up the children, acting
The baby,
the worst,
face it.
the baby, acting out in horrible ways. Is it still noble? Is loyalty really still, at that time, the most noble virtue? And
Not a
of
virtue
course,
at all.
no, that's what I like, and we'll look at that some when we talk about religion, is also it's taking religious or theological propositions to their most extreme. Does a religion answer some of the most basic questions, like why is there suffering? And if it can't, well, then what good is it? And so, for anyone that was like, oh my God, what is he talking about? Well, that's what he's talking about is in that extreme case, does this hold up?
Well, I got a more extreme case that comes to mind. How about crucifying you? How about pounding? Don't worry, folks, this isn't a religious show. So, how about that? Mm-hmm. And is that silly to keep loving back? It's like, you may not want to live with a monster, but it doesn't mean you have to hate them. You can see that, well, what did Mark Twain so beautifully say? One of my favorite quotes of late is, when we remember that we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained, revealed. Life stands explained. That's what it is. Life stands explained. When we recognize that we're all crazy, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. It's the only way you can really forgive someone. Mm-hmm. Actually, to the point of saying that no forgiveness is necessary. They're nuts. You may not want to live with them or be around a monster, but it doesn't mean you have to hate them, including even if you have to lock them up, put them away. You don't kill them. If you're a Christian, you don't, in my opinion. You don't put them on a horizontal crucifix and pump poison in their veins. You realize they're mad and you put them in a maximum security mental hospital for the rest of their lives. But anyway, that's another. We'll do that on the folly of the so-called criminal justice system, which is about as barbaric and primitive as you can imagine.